Hello, my name is Juan Martinez. I'm a Salesforce developer, and this is a demo video about assessment for ADEP. So let's start with the review of the assessment. So this is the assessment requirements. The first point was to import data in JSON format inside the Salesforce org and import it inside a custom object called site locations. So basically what I did was that I created the object. I created all of the fields as requested. Most of them were text fields. And after that, I used this data in JSON format. And I converted this data into CSV using this web page called data.page. It offers this tool which converts JSON data to CSV. And after I converted this data, I downloaded the file. And basically, I ended up having this data in CSV format. The next step that I took was importing this CSV data into Excel, having the data in this way with all of these columns organized, and then I renamed the column names to correct field names to be able to map the columns to the fields and import the data into Salesforce. The process for importing the data, I did it with Salesforce Inspector tool. It's a Chrome extension. So if we click on data import, basically we can select the operation that we want to perform. Insert delete. In this case, it is an insert. And here we can select the site location object. And we can copy this data. We copy the data and we paste the data here. And if we have the correct column names set at the top of the table, it will automatically map the column names to the corresponding field names inside the object site location. And we can click on import. Here we can also control the batch size to decreases in case that there is any errors or issues while importing the data. So this was the tool that I used for the data to import it into Salesforce. After that, I created a tab for this object, site locations. And here, if we click on all, we can see all records imported correctly and all of the fields as well created for the object. Second important point for this requirement was to find a tool that could handle correctly the encoding of the characters. So for example, here we have some names like this one, for example, these characters, which are French or German characters, I think. So it was important to be sure that these characters would be imported correctly as they are. So in all of the cases in which we have this kind of characters, we could import it correctly here to Salesforce, for example here. So this was the first step. Also the second step, creating the tab. And the first step was to add the new location dropdown to the pop-up that appears when adding a new product to an opportunity. So basically, we have here an opportunity. Call this opportunity test opportunity 1. Okay, test opportunity 1 here. Okay, so this is the opportunity. And here are the products for the opportunity. So let's add new products. So let's add these 4 products here, just as an example. Let's click on next. And here we can find the site location lookup, which is a lookup from opportunity product object to site location object. So here we can select search for any site location. I configured the search layout for the site location object so that we can search site location based on their names. For example, if we enter Equinix, we will find it here. Equinix, all of the results which match that worked. Let's add another one. Let's say QTS. QTS has several matches, so we can easily search for any of them and select it. And here we must add a quantity for all of these products. So we add a quantity and we click on save. After we did this, we will see all of these products here added. Okay, the next step, I will reload this just to make sure that that the cache won't be a problem when I click on the button. Okay, so the next step was to add a button, create a visual flow to delete all the products of an opportunity, a confirmation screen. After deleting, all the products must be visible, add a button to trigger this on the opportunity page for everyone to see. So basically here I added this button, delete all products. When I click on it, I can see the name of the product, of all of the products added, the list price, the quantity, the site location as well. This must be a formula field with the site location name instead of the ID, but it can be easily changed. But the important part is that we can see all of the product names here, and we can see the products before continuing. So if I click on continue and I select no, I see this confirmation first. It is asking me would you like to continue. If I click on this option no, cancel this operation, and click on next, then nothing will happen to the products and the products will continue to be related to the opportunity. But if I click again on delete all products, click on continue, and I select the option for yes, delete all related products from this opportunity, then it will remove the products as we are seeing here. So it removed all of the products. How this flow is working, basically I have this flow here. The first step that it does is that it gets all of the opportunity product records related with this opportunity. So basically the criteria is that the opportunity ID for the opportunity product records must be equals to the record ID of the current record in which the flow is running. And this record ID is basically a variable, a formula. It's basically a variable available for input, which default value is the current record loaded into this flow. So here we are storing the record ID of the current opportunity, and after that, I build this screen using a data table. Here I configure the columns to show the fields, and I added here this text saying that these are the following products that will be removed from the opportunity. Here I just left this button to continue, and when we click on continue, we open the second screen, which is the confirmation screen. And here we have a ready button with two options, yes and no, and the finish button. So after we click on finish or we click on continue, it will validate the decision that we made in the previous screen, and it will validate that this element called would you like to continue, this is the API name of the ready button, is equals to yes. Only in the case in which it is equals to yes, it will continue with the deletion of the products. So here, if the decision is to delete the products, it will enter inside this element, delete records, and basically the records that this element will delete are here stored inside this variable, opportunity product from get opportunity products, which is this element that we have here. So that's what will happen, and then the flow will finish. So that is all that the flow is doing. And here in the opportunity object, I created a button that basically calls to this flow. Here in the button links and actions, we have this delete all products button, and basically this button is just a flow button and is calling the delete all related products flow. And this is just a small description that I added here for the button. So that is how this button is working. And for the unmanaged package, I created a unmanaged package, adding all of these metadata elements, fields, objects, buttons, flows, flow and other required elements. And I will be sharing that inside the email, which also have this video with the demonstration. So thank you so much for the attention, and I hope that the process continue with the next steps. Thank you for the attention and have a great day. Bye bye.